Number 10. 1 Week Friends. 16-year-old Yuki Hayes finally finds the courage to speak to his crush and ask her if she wants to become friends. The object of his affection, Kawaii Fujimiya, is a quiet and reserved girl who cuts herself off from everyone and does not spare him the same blunt rejection she gives everybody else. Some time after, Yuki finds her eating lunch on the roof, where she secludes herself during break. He decides to start meeting with Kaori every day in the hopes of beginning to understand her better. The more time they spend together, the more she begins to open up to him. However, nearing the end of the week, she starts to push him away once more. It is then revealed to him the reason for Kaori's cold front. At the end of the week, her memories of those close to her, excluding her family, are forgotten, as they are reset every Monday. The result of an accident in middle school, the once popular and kind Kaori is now unable to make friends in fear of hurting the people dear to her. Determined to become more than just 1 week friends, Yuki asks her the exact same question each Monday: would you like to be friends? Because he knows that deep down, Kaori wishes for that more than anything. Number 9. Jitsu wa Watashi wa. One day after school, Asahi Kuriman stumbles upon the truth that Yako Shirogami, the girl he has a crush on, is actually a vampire. According to her father's rules, Yako must now quit school in order to keep her family safe. However, Asahi does not want her to go and promises that he will keep her true nature secret. Unfortunately, this turns out to be easier said than done, as Asahi is a man who is easy to read and is unable to keep any secrets to himself. And this is only the beginning of his troubles. More supernatural beings enter his life, and he is forced to protect all of their identities or face the consequences. Jitsu wa Watashi wa follows Asahi as he deals with his new friends, and the unique challenges they bring, struggles to keep his mouth shut, and desperately tries to win Yako's heart in the process. Number 8. Monthly Girls Nozaki-kun. Chiyo Sakura is a cheerful high school girl who has fallen head over heels for the oblivious Sumeru Nozaki. Much to Chiyo's confusion, when she confesses to her beloved Nozaki, he hands her an unfamiliar autograph. As it turns out, the stoic teenage boy is actually a respected shoujo mangaka, publishing under the pen name Sakiko Yumeno. A series of misunderstandings leads to Chiyo becoming one of Nozaki's manga assistants. Throughout the hilarious events that ensue, she befriends many of her quirky schoolmates, including her seemingly shameless fellow assistant, Mikoto Mikashiba, and the prince of the school, Yu Kashima. Jukin Shoujo Nozaki-kun follows Chiyo as she strives to help Nozaki with his manga, in hopes that he will eventually notice her feelings. Number 7. Recently, my sister is unusual. Follows a family just starting to rebuild. When they marry, Mr. and Mrs. Kanzaki bring a teenage son and daughter along for the ride. But high school freshman Mitsuki Kanzaki is less than thrilled. Stinging from a history of absent and abusive father figures, she is slow to accept her stepfather and stepbrother. But after an accident lands Mitsuki in the hospital, she finds herself possessed by the ghost of Hiyori Kotobuki, the girl her age who was deeply in love with Mitsuki's stepbrother Yuaya. Hiyori cannot pass on to her final reward because of her unrequited love for Yuaya, meaning she's got to consummate it in Mitsuki's body now. Mitsuki's life depends on getting Hiyori to heaven. But will she get used to sharing herself with the pushy, amorous ghost? Can she overcome her distrust of her new family? Can she bring herself to fulfill Hiyori's feelings for Yuaya? And might she be hiding some feelings of her own? Number 6. Tanari no Kubutsu-kun. Shizuka Mizutani is apathetic towards her classmates, only caring about her grades. However, her cold view of life begins to change when she meets Harry Yoshida, a violent troublemaker who stopped attending class after getting into a fight early in the school year. He is not much different from her, though he too understands little about human nature, and does not have any friends. Much to Shizuku's surprise, he proclaims that she will be his friend, and immediately confesses his feelings towards her upon meeting her. Because of her lack of friends and social interaction, Shizuku has a hard time understanding her relationship with Harry. But slowly, their friendship begins to progress, and she discovers that there is more to Harry than violence. She begins to develop feelings for him, but is unsure what kind of emotions she is experiencing. Together, Shizuku and Harry explore the true nature of their relationship and emotions. Number 5. Yamada-kun and the Seven Witches. When Ryu Yamada entered high school, he wanted to turn over a new leaf and lead a productive school life. That's why he chose to attend Suzaku High, where no one would know of his violent delinquent reputation. However, much to Ryu's dismay, he is soon bored. Now second year, Ryu has reverted to his old ways, lazy with abysmal grades, and always getting into fights. Any day, back from yet another office visit, Ryu encounters Urara Shiraishi, a beautiful honors student. A misstep causes them both to tumble down the stairs, ending in an accidental kiss. The pair discover they can switch bodies with a kiss, an ability which will prove to be both convenient and troublesome. Learning of their new power, Tyrannosuke Miyamura, a student council officer and the single member of the Supernatural Studies Club, recruits them for the club. Soon joined by Miyabi Aitu, an eccentric interested in all things supernatural, the group unearths the legend of the 7 witches of Suzaku-hai, 7 female students who have obtained different powers activated by a kiss. The Supernatural Studies Club embarks on its first quest, to find the identities of all the witches. Number 4. Gamers. Kido Mono is a typical high school gamer living out an average student's life. One day, however, he has an unexpected meeting with the cutest girl in school that makes him want to disappear without a trace. This girl, Karen Tendu, is an exemplary student who is proclaimed to be the school's idol. She discovers that Amano is a gamer, and this newfound knowledge incites a passionate desire within her to recruit him into the game club. Upon visiting the club, Amano is forcefully made aware of a side to gaming wildly different than the one he loves so dearly. Tendu's interest in Amano begins shaking up what was once an uneventful life, filling it with spontaneity, awkwardness, and a little bit of mayhem. As a result, every day becomes a comical battle for Amano's sanity, as he tries to adapt to these wild, unexpected changes. Number 3. Kumini Todoki. Known for her semblance to the Sadako character of the Ring series, Saiko Kuronuma is given the nickname Sadako, and misunderstood to be frightening and malicious like her fictional counterpart, despite having a timid and sweet nature. Longing to make friends and live a normal life, Saiko is naturally drawn to the cheerful and friendly Shouta Kazuhaya, the most popular boy in her class. From their first meeting, Saiko has admired Kazuhaya's ability to be the center of attention, and aspires to be like him. When Kazuhaya organizes a test of courage for the entire class and encourages her to attend, Saiko sees this as an opportunity to get along with her classmates, starting with Ayan Yano and Shizuru Yoshida. Through each new encounter and emotion she experiences, Saiko believes that meeting Kazuhaya has changed her for the better. Little does Saiko know, her presence has also changed Kazuhaya. Number 2. Waiting in the Summer. While testing out his camera on a bridge one summer night, Kaido Kirishima sees a blue light streaking across the sky, only to be blown off the railing seconds later. Just before succumbing to unconsciousness, a hand reaches down to grab a hold of his own. Dazed and confused, Kaido wakes up the next morning, wondering how he ended up back in his own room, with no apparent injuries or any recollection of the night before. As he proceeds with his normal school life, Kaido and his friends discuss what to do with his camera, finally deciding to make a film with it over their upcoming summer break. Noticing that Kaido has an interest in the new upperclassman Ichika Takasuki, his friend Tetsuru Ishigaki decides to invite her, as well as her friend Riman Yamano, to join them in their movie project. In what becomes one of the most entertaining and exciting summers of their lives, Kaido and his friends find that their time spent together is not just about creating a film, but something much more meaningful that will force them to confront their true feelings in each other. Number 1. Baka to test the Shikanju. Fumizuki Academy isn't a typical Japanese high school. This unique institution has implemented a new and innovative system to sort its students. At the end of their freshman year, students take a test that divides up the student body. The highest scores are placed into A class, all the way down into left class, for the lowest of the low. Unfortunately for Akahisa Yashi, his supposedly great intellect wasn't quite enough for such a test, and he's now stuck at the bottom of F class. Naturally, F class has the worst facilities. Not only rotten tatami mats and broken tables, but also outdated equipment and worn-out furniture. On the bright side, his friend Yuji Sakamoto is in the same class, and to everyone's surprise, the genius girl Mizuki Himeji has also ended up in the same class, due to an unforeseen fever on the day of the test. Unsatisfied with their perquisites, F-class rallies behind Yuji, determined to take on the higher-tiered classes in order to seize their perks by using the school's examination summon battle system. The participants can summon fantasy characters whose power levels are equal to their students' test scores in an all-out battle. Will F-class be able to rise to the top, or will they live up to everyone's expectations and fail?
honor the hero.